Focus Up Show every Saturday, 9 a.m.
Tap in or tap out.
Good morning to all. Welcome to a very special episode of the Focus Up Show, where we have our very
You done messed him up, man. Sorry. That's better than his Carlton voice.
We have our host today, Mr. Nice Guy. How you doing today, sir?
Doing all right, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. We got Mr. L. Pooh. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good, bro. How you doing? Doing
good. We got Jay Walk, who's on mute. How you doing today, brother?
What's up? You kind of fucked me up with that right there. I'm good, my brother. I am good. Yes.
Cool.
How you doing, Mr. Floyd X?
I'm doing good, man. I think we had a good for Friday Night Live / Focus Daily show. So
y'all was wrong.
What would you say we was wrong about?
I ain't gonna get to no spoilers and stuff. I'm talking about that your Farrakhan debate.
Oh, the Farrakhan. Uh-oh.
We do a whole show right now.
Ding ding.
We're gonna stick to the show. Let's stick to the script. What's up, Mr. Floyd X?
Just chilling, man. So we're gonna start it off with first give a shout out to our first lady. She's unable to make it to the show due to flight delays and things of that nature. So shout out to her.
Safe
travels, that's right. And then we'll get it moving. We're gonna talk about what's in the news. What's in the news, y'all? Oh, real quick, just want to say happy Black History Month. So that's one of the first things in the news. Black History Month was first recognized by the American president in 1976, and is currently celebrated in Ireland and Canada, and I think in the United Kingdoms also. So it is being recognized all over the world, where you take the time out to speak on the achievements of black folks in the world and things of that nature. So again, happy Black History Month to all.
And think about all the stuff we didn't get credit for. There's lots and lots of it. From the street light to the computers, all kind of stuff. But where we at?
All right. So now in the news, one of the first things we wanted to talk about was the Tesla suicide attempt. We'll just touch on that. We've been speaking on it all week, but a guy jumped off a cliff. He drove his family, his wife, and 2 children off of a cliff. They all were saved by airlifted out by a helicopter. And from the video footage, it looks as though he did it intentionally. And so when the mother came to or was able to speak, she confirmed that he tried to kill them all. And so he's in jail right now facing charges, or I don't know what exactly charges are yet, but
gotta be attempted murder in there.
Attempted murder, yep. 3 counts at least, huh? Yep.
And reckless driving. They're gonna throw that in there too. Yeah. That's crazy. I mean, come on, dude. If you want to kill yourself, man, knock yourself out. Have fun. But don't try to take the family with you. That's some messed up stuff, you know. I don't know the whole details of it, but as far as I know, I think she talk too much if that's a problem. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So we move on to the next story. He premiered a new one. El Poo premiered a new one on this. So,
hey, that's a good point to put a underline on that, to underscore it. Look, if you gonna fade to black yourself, if you're gonna take yourself out, there's no point in taking nobody else with you. You just go.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm going to hell. Who's coming with me? That's fun.
Man. So in another Tesla news, we got the Roadrage rampage. I got a picture of the person who did that. This guy, he has been jumping out of a Model X Tesla, threatening people. And he has been arrested. Let me see this information. But this is the guy here. Go ahead, speak on it.
He had court. I think it was Thursday. He had court, plead guilty or not guilty. Yeah, they caught up with him. He was out there cutting up, acting the fool. Like, he'd have got with me, boy. He would have got his money's worth. He was cutting, but he was really targeting women too. That's the thing that was really some punk shit. He was kind of targeting females.
Damn, he was doing it for a while. He wasn't even doing it just here. I mean, he was just doing it, and I mean, it was crazy. I mean, he like blacked out one female's eyes. I mean, he was way out of control. So I'm glad they caught his ass, and the judge, she threw the book. She was like, she wasn't no type of nice about it. So he's gonna get what he's gonna get.
And he's a bum. He's a bum because they caught him on camera doing the same thing with the same clothes all the time. Bum.
Exactly.
So according to Car Scoop, police say they found both steroids and some $30,000 in his vehicle during an arrest a few days back. And so he
wasn't a bum.
So those steroids might have played a part in him jumping out on people like that.
It was roid rage.
Right. Yeah, those steroids it boosts your testosterone. So it's really damn. Well, now kind of makes a little more sense because he was really cutting out,
And we got to be careful out there. I just happened to be watching a road rage compilation video last night, and it was crazy the things that people do, getting angry and jumping out of their cars on you. One dude, he walked up to a car and slammed the dude. He busted the whole windshield with his hand. I didn't even know you could bust the whole windshield with your hand. He just went pop, and the whole thing just shattered. Because everybody got those dash cams and stuff now. So it's just like 2 hours of people just going road rage crazy.
Oh yeah, I watched them YouTube videos and stuff like that. It's for real, and it's dangerous out there. Don't get caught up with that. Don't be all prideful, flipping off people. You don't know how that's gonna play out. There's some craziness out there. Yep. But there's something in my car. You go ahead and try that stuff with me. That'll be your last time.
You might get the payphone. So
they had video where dude jumped out and put a gun to the driver's side window and stuff. He didn't shoot him, but the dude just turned his face away and didn't look at him. But he was the dude was pissed, and he would have provoked. He probably would have shot him.
Well, I see the dude walk up on a dude, and he's like walking up on him, and he's showing the gun in his like holster, like we got a problem. The dude pulls out a gun out of his but he's like, do we? And dude turned around like, okay. So yeah, be careful.
I know my baby mom. I be like, she be going bananas in the car. I'm looking like, calm down, because you're not gonna get out. You ain't gonna bust a grape. It's gonna be me getting my ass whooped or having to do something. So chill with that.
Yep.
Women good for getting dudes beat up. Fight.
Hey, that's gonna be a show topic because I just heard some good stuff out. A lot of women are leading to a lot of guys deaf and getting their ass with all kind of shit straight behind it. But listening to here and there, that's gonna be a future show.
And then lastly, in the news, RIP to Ricky Smiley's son, the comedian Ricky Smiley. His son passed away, and I know he's been going on social media speaking about it. So I just want to send the condolences out to that brother.
Man, that got to be tough. Nobody want to bury their children. Nobody wants to do that. Like, I was even tripping off of Priscilla Presley, having to bury her daughter. Yeah. What was the Lisa Marie's Michael Jackson old bumper? But I sincere condolences to Lisa Marie Presley and to Ricky Smiley's son, Ricky Smiley Jr. Damn.
Okay.
And anybody that has to bury their child because it happened. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, let's move forward and let's get into these topics. Our first topic will be AI versus manpower. AI is artificial intelligence. Where we at on that, Mr. Walk?
Well, this is pretty much going to be the collapse of society within the next 20 years. Sort of something like that. That's exaggerating, of course, but automation is taking all the jobs. And there, if you don't have a skill position where a machine won't be able to do it, you're going to probably be asked out. So it's best to just get you some technology under your belt to get you a job, perhaps, where a machine can't do it, because you're going to be kind of messed up.
I think as we evolve through life, I think everything probably gonna get automation, but I don't look at it as a doomsday scenario in the sense of everything that is being automated. Like when they first came with these automated cars, initially I wouldn't drive that mug, but it appears to be working out, and I haven't heard about a whole lot of accidents and things like that. Would any of you get into a car without a driver, the Uber pull up and no driver in there? Hell no. That was a good one, Elfwood. That was a good one. That was a good one. Well, I mean, so I probably would to try it out, and I'll take risks like that sometimes. But
yeah, someone to hack your trip, that's a wrap.
Yeah,
machines fail, so yeah. Now that I need at least a fail-safe person. They ain't got to be the one driving, but when they see that machine starting to veer off, I need a human being be able to at least remotely take control to that situation. So
Well, Tesla make those self-driving cars, right? And we were just talking about the suicidal Tesla dude. Hey, it's all the evidence I need right there. I don't know if he did it or if the car just decided like I'm gonna kill y'all. I don't know.
And put a battery in that dude's back to go bashing on women and stuff. So I don't know, man.
but
Tesla's are evil.
It's more than just about like self-driving cars and things of that nature. Like jobs like McDonald's, even the post office, Costco's. All these jobs where they call unskilled labor, meaning that you could train basically anybody to do it. Those jobs are getting eliminated, so the overhead for the company can be cheaper. And it is smart. And this has been around through centuries, from the cotton gin to just an elevator. So it's going to get kind of crucial. And it's yeah.
Good. So are you saying that people are actually going to have to go and get skills?
They're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to figure
different
out
skills,
different ways to do something. And there's so many people. The technology is eliminating so many. Just think about it. Just think about like even Walmart. If Walmart, they already have the self checkout. That cut like I don't have the numbers. I'm not gonna say, but just imagine. Remember, every time you go to Walmart, it'll be a checker and a long ass goddamn line. It made things more efficient and quicker to get in there and get the hell up out of there.
Well, it's the what's that called? It's the what's the cross between being able to pay the employees you do have more because you don't have so many. So you cut down the employees and open up that automatic. It's an opportunity to pay the employees that you do keep more money. So it's a win-lose in that sense. You winning. And the employees winning, it's a benefit to the employees that stay on. You know what I'm saying?
Are they gonna do that?
But the point is, it's an opportunity for that there.
Yeah.
If the machine is healthier, buy it. Go ahead.
It's an opportunity for them not to keep more money, because it's always about making profit. It's profit over people.
Yeah.
Right. That's what capitalism is.
Exactly.
That's exactly what capitalism is.
I'll tell you what you need to get into. You need to get into being able to repair these automated systems and stuff like that, because everything breaks down. And you need a human to fix it.
Oh, yeah.
Horn for horn. Where you at?
I don't know.
See, I work in the legal community, and one of the biggest things that helped us is a lot of the moves going to electronic filing. So, I mean, you had attorney services. This is a big industry of just people, runners going down to the court and all this other stuff, doing all this filing. And that, eliminated a whole lot of those jobs. But I can just tell you, just the ability to file stuff like up until midnight, I mean, you know, it's transformational. So what Walker's saying, that the reality is, look, you know, some jobs sort of like get evolved out, but you just need to evolve into the next job. That's what it is. We need to figure out another way to contribute and to earn our money. But I mean, we need to let some of these things go to the wayside that, you know, create a more productive, functional society. So I mean, it's
not gonna have no choice. Not gonna have no choice. Like what you're saying about the court filings, like I used to have a messenger job, and we would do deliveries and stuff, and sometimes we had to file court papers as well. Them lines be long, and people be there with stacks of. You don't see none of that no more in court. I was just in court last week. I might be going to jail too, but anyway, that's something else.
Another aspect of the AI is the fast food industry, and I mean, if they show enough, if you watch enough of those videos with them, employees in the back be trashing the place, spitting on your burgers and stuff, I would pretty much be for automatic machine making my
Amen to that.
Man, let a machine do it. Don't stop putting your nasty hands digging in your nose and then putting my burger together. Let that machine work. Just make sure it's well oiled.
And making sure you show a lot of respect to them human beings serving you food. Don't never argue with nobody serving you food.
Yeah. Until after you get your food.
Don't come back.
Hey, Floyd X, that's a good point.
That's a great point. It is a great
point.
Here's the deal. But let me ask you though. Can a machine customize your order though?
They can program it to do whatever.
Wait, when was the last time you been to McDonald's and how it looked like a machine made the way they just slop that thing, the sauce over here, the burger patty over there.
You know what? You know what's crazy? If you go to not McDonald's, but like whatever restaurant or fast food restaurant by USC, it's way better than everything else in South Central.
You said it's way better?
Yeah, the little fast food restaurants by USC. Okay. The service is better. The food seems to be, the way that they serve you food is just better. They go if you on say like on Broadway and whatever, and get the same thing. It ain't gonna look the same. Man. Well, it probably won't even taste the same.
Well, you know what? I think what he's talking about, or maybe talking about, is that the fact that individuals are going to put their own sort of like discipline and spin on it. I remember that there were certain KFCs that this KFC cooks better than that KFC. I know, like the KFC by my house over here, they don't know how to cook it all. They put way too much salt in it. If I want to go to El Pollo Loco, that El Pollo Loco on Crenshaw near Adams, they can cook. It's different. So that's what I'm saying. The machines might make that more like uniform because people are kind of all over the place, but I mean that's just the technology of
it. Hey, I was in a restaurant, me and my lady, we went to a restaurant, and it was in the morning. It was like not even a fancy smancy nothing, and we ordered our food, we got our number, we sat at our table. A damn computer came, like a robot, not like a physical robot like that, but came and pulled up, and our food was on there. This is what they want. They want like one person. Let's say I'm the owner of a company. If I could hire one person just to run it, you know how much money that's saving?
Yeah.
If just one person come in, he clock in, start the machine, and he back there read the magazine, and the whole restaurant is running itself.
Hey, what you talking is along the lines of what I do in my career. I'm a CNC machinist, and I know when it started getting popular or more familiar to me, people always looked at me like I was a threat, especially if I go into a shop that's manual machinist, where you running machines basically by hand hitting levers, and then they buy a new computer machine where you come in, push a button, and it just runs and makes the part. So, sometimes it seemed like it was a threat that, they're going to have all these machines doing all the job, all the work. It don't really take no skills because, the older machine is all like, it takes skills to make it to this side. You just pushing the button. But the truth of the matter, they both are still needed and required because there's some things that a CNC machine cannot do that manual machinists can do, where you got to be eyes on it and know exactly what you're trying to get out of that, So
wow, but Floyd X, you can probably imagine from like 50 years ago, being in the machine shop, you damn near about to lose your life with all these, the lathe and like something
The lathes, the
missing.
mills, drill press, all that. Yep.
Yep.
You know what? And then automation might be less of a liability in the long run too, because people can do some negligent things that might be criminal, but you can't convict a computer. Well, AI. A robot or whatever.
Yeah. And also in my field, it's safer, the machine, because when you're doing a manual, you right there, the parts right in your face, and if something go bad, it's coming at you. But on the CNC, you just got big old doors, you just could close it and let it happen. If something fly out, it's gonna hit up in there, and it's safer. So CNC machines are safe. CNC machines are safer.
Even an 18-year-old mayor can run it, huh?
We'll talk about that, but some black history. But I used to have a transcription business. And I mean, I used to have to do all this typing. Like I was a legal secretary during the daytime, and then I'd pick up transcribing assignments and do them overnight. And I mean, that was like a whole lot of killing myself on my hands. But now they got the technology that dictates and all this other stuff. I mean, that was like a huge advantage. I mean, that stuff saves a lot. So even though it sort of like eliminated that type of thing, that was a great movement. I love working with stuff that's already typed, and now I'm just fine-tuning it as opposed to putting all that carpal tunnel on myself. So,
but you know what, Mr. TS, I work in the industry where we do some AI transcoding, and it's often wrong.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said. You still have to fine-tune it, but I'm saying fine-tuning work is a whole lot less stress on your hands and your repetition than every single word and stuff like that. So I mean, trust me, when I was doing the transcription and that technology first came out, it's like, I can use this and do my stuff and just fine tune it. I was like, I was gonna do all this other stuff, but suffice it to say that didn't play out how it played out. But I appreciate the evolution of things that make things easier, and we do need to just segue into different industries. There's always going to be new hustles that prevent themselves.
Or elevate your crime skills, elevate your criminal activities. That's really what's going to have to happen. It's going to have to be either or.
Well, if you get to hacking these machines, then you can do way more damage if everything's automated. So there's those problems that come with that.
One thing, let me say one more thing. In the UK, when they started making these machines that was like with clothes and stuff, it was called the Roadrage. The Roadrage. I'm not saying that incorrectly, but anyway, the workers would break into the factories at night and destroy the machines, because that's how much people was getting put out of work. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's about to get hectic.
Yep. And you know what's coming? They're gonna have planes that fly themselves. People gonna be jumping on a whole plane.
Well, they kind of already do. They're just doing like,
Those people are there just in case.
Yeah, like I said, I need a person there just in case. Machines break down.
Yeah,
they're not smart. They just fast. There's a difference.
Man is there for the fail safe.
Okay.
In case it does.
Machines are more efficient. Come on, brothers.
We
on machines right now.
They're fast. They're just not smart.
They're more efficient.
They're fast. That's what it is.
But don't get dependent on it, because you might be like they getting you, bobbed up or something and not doing your job because you dependent on the machine, and then things can go wrong. See, that's the thing about humans too. We get too dependent on this AI. And we forget that we supposed to be there as the fail-safe.
Hey, that Wi-Fi go out, we gonna be like, damn, this whole show gonna be shut the hell down. Wi-Fi go out.
It's very important, man. It's very important.
Let's move on.
Very important.
Let's move, because we got some stuff going on.
All right. Ready to go for the next topic?
Like some shout outs.
We'll get the shout outs in
the other day, the last show.
Hey, Walt say if they ain't on the show, we ain't shouting you out no more.
That's the new rule. If you ain't been on the show, you ain't getting shouted out.
No more.
Let's do this. Let's go with the shout outs. First of all, La Brea Truckers. Salute to that brother. Good brother right there. He got like 2-3 trucks now. He doing his thing thizzle. Kilo 2 Music. Rough Riders. He doing his thing. He got a new single out. It's hard. Muhammad Meats. Pause. Muhammad Meats up in Sacramento. They doing it. Where they at? Oakland now?
Oakland.
Hey, mute him. Anyway, Homies Way Car Club. Salute to Mr. JC. What up? Wakusu. Wake up, clean up, stand up. That's Gangster Reese and Mr. Floyd X. Tunnel Vision, Tanisha, how you doing, girl? I know you floating around out here somewhere. Toppy Woppy Music, new project, Activated. That's what we doing. Buddy Bud Music, Jason Lynn, what up? Come through. You supposed to be on the show, brother. When you coming on the show? I hit you, you hit me back. Where you at, Jason Lynn from CPT? Come on the show. Do what it do. Promote the music. Let's go. This is the Focus Up Network, LLC.
That's right. Cool. So we get into our next topic, which is Operation Nightingale, bogus nursing credentials. So with this situation from 2016 to 2021, there have been over $100 million worth of fake nursing degrees handed out to over 7,600 new nurses, and they've been out working in the field, been on boards of that nature and all that. So they just had this Operation Nightingale where they found it and they shut down the 2 schools. It's 3 schools that was doing them, and they shut them all 3 down. All 3 of them down, and this took place in 5 states: Florida, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, and Texas. So in all 5 of those states, they got a bunch of fake nurses out there doing your medication stuff.
Yeah, this was a good lick. Like, I mean, they got their money already. This was like over what, like $100 million worth of cash that was, made. And these nurses, which is a field that is dire straits. They need a lot of nurses. So, and that's why it became so profitable. So, yeah, and a lot of them nurses are still working.
And I mean, is that like a norm that the cost that they was paying for a degree was up to between $14,000 and $17,000 to get that degree? And they give you that piece of paper, then you could go out and find how much does a nurse? I should have looked that up to pay for a nurse.
A nurse, they starting off like about 80 racks, 80,000 a year.
It depends on what type of nurse. If it's an RN or something like that, they make it.
Okay. Yeah, RN, they starting off at like 80,000. It's a very good career. Like I remember, I had 2 aunties when they was studying, like all they was doing was studying all damn day, and they became nurses. And I remember I ain't gonna say her name. She was like, "Oh, I'm making like 100,000 a year." I was like, "Damn, let me borrow $5." Yeah. But they got like 20 plus people, or 25 people in custody, and each one of them face up to 20 years in jail behind this scheme.
Yeah, because being a nurse is not just about being compassionate. It's about having the information and knowledge that you need to have. I mean, I always say that, you can study the law as a layman, but the smartest layman is still going to be a dumb attorney. There's something to be said about going through the whole process of learning and having the whole context of the law. That is just, it's a different creature. So yes, it's very important to get those credentials. It ain't just like getting, what'd you call it, the white man's approval floor.
Well, I mean, you're right to an extent, Mr. Nice Guy. A lot of that shit could be on the job training as well, my brother. It's like you show me how to do it. It depends where you working at. That's what I'm saying. Because that's how they was doing it back in the days. Back in like the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s and stuff like that.
This is like the deaf type stuff. This ain't just like, being like a computer programmer or, whatever. I agree. There's a position in there. You don't have to be a nurse. You can be like a assistant or whatever. I mean, what I'm saying? There's levels to it. But a nurse, a lot of times, is doing more of the work than a doctor. The doctor just walks in at the end and just be like, hey, what'd you do? What'd you see? Whatever. And just, keeps it pushing.
Yeah,
nurses ain't doing the surgeries, brother.
Yeah.
Doctors depend on nurses, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, shout out to all the legitimate nurses out there. We appreciate y'all service. Thank you. Yep. But y'all bogus ones, get your ass out of here. Take that bogus ass degree with you.
I mean, that's tough. How you recover from that? I mean, they're just like,
well, they're leaving it up to the jobs. They're learning. Like whoever was caught in this scandal, they're not going after the government is not going after the actual nurses that are working right now. They're leaving. They're notifying the employer's like, she got a fake degree, but if you want to keep her, go ahead. But we you know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's legal to keep them.
That seems very, it'd be one thing if they're like, well, let's retrain them or let's get them what they need to know.
No, wait, they already got their certification.
They need to certify. Yeah, they need to decertify them for real.
It's not legitimate. Yeah,
Floyd X, pass some tests or something.
Floyd X,
yes,
Floyd X, listen to me. It's already done. Let's say 3 years ago, it's already done. They're not going to just go and be like, okay, you're fired, because that's something you're going to have to prove. It's going to be a whole court case and litigation. They can't just make a clean slate and wipe them all off, because of course you're gonna contest it.
You're playing like the ignorance, like they didn't know that they got a bogus ass degree. Is that what you're trying to say?
They're gonna. What would you do with your certification for your job if they say, okay, you got this paperwork, but it's fake, so you can't be a machinist now, Floyd X?
Yeah, they would have to let me go and be like, hey, go get some real training, and then you can come back.
Exactly, because they know that you didn't do it. All you did is pay for something.
Yep.
And
okay. The ones that got the real training is not gonna want to be standing next to somebody who don't got the real training, acting like they on the same level as you. And they'll be like,
there is a nurse shortage already. That's why they're not going to just fire these nurses.
There's a real nurse shortage. You know, because this is shortage.
Give yourself a horn, Pooh.
Let me say this too, because if you keep them, that should be. You should.
They are keeping them.
Oh no, if they keep them, that should be tantamount to medical malpractice.
Absolutely. Because if they have doctors,
that don't make sense. What you just said.
It does. Because that makes perfect sense.
Nurses are not doing surgery, bro. They injecting a needle, maybe or something.
But they
like
administer
that,
drugs.
I don't want a lay person injecting the needle in me unless she's, well versed in, taking hair around or something. But still,
all you did is just pay for it. That's just like when people were getting their weed cards before it was all legal and stuff. Like if you weren't really doing something, you just got something. It's a difference. I mean, you got this thing, but you don't got necessarily the expertise and the context of everything. I'm telling you, nurses do a bulk of the work.
Yep. Wait, we got the bread truck, and the state will make the organization verify. Once they can't, they will be fined and shut down.
Then he also stated this: staffing issues has nothing to do with reality.
Absolutely. Shout out.
What staffing? I don't get that.
Yep, the bread trucking. For real. Shout out, brother.
Yep.
Get that brother a horn. Hey.
That's what it is, man.
Free horn. No, wait. We gonna revisit this because basically it ain't happened. They've been investigating this for a few years. Who lost their job behind this? If y'all want to, we can research that. Okay. If you got nurses, you keeping these nurses, especially if they're doing a good job right now. I'm telling you, it's a shortage of nurses.
Yeah, there's this isn't the first time this thing has happened. I mean, people buy fake degrees for all type of stuff, and when they find out, they don't just like let them keep working because they like them. You can't just be an attorney just because you got some fake thing that said you got sworn in, that you passed the bar or whatever. Trust me, you will ultimately get dealt with. So again, if you're saying that these people still got their jobs, there's going to be great liability issues for those hospitals if anything bad happens because of that.
That's right.
I wish I could have bought my damn degree. It was so damn hard getting that shit.
You're getting paid for your degree, man. You're doing good work, brother.
I'm that's real tough. If I would have came into like a shitload of money, I'd have been like, hey man, do this for me. I'll see you in 2 years, brother. Tell me when it's time for me to walk across that stage. I'll take because this schooling shit is kind of hard, to be honest. But anyway.
But you're getting valuable information that you can't just have at the end of 2 years because somebody gave you a certificate.
I forgot all that shit already. Now let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Let's move on to our next topic, which is Governor DeSantis against African American studies. Who can explain what's going on here?
Okay, so a little context about this dude, Mr. DeSantis. this dude got like some super issues about black education. This is the guy that's really the champion against the CRT, what they call critical race theory, you know. So anything that remotely seems like that, he's gonna attack it. So now they got these AP studies, you know, for, it was like college course or something in Florida, where he's just basically like, no, you know, we're not gonna prove any of this stuff, because, you know, this sounds like, you know, white people are being blamed for stuff that they actually did, and this sounds like black people are being, you know, cut short for something that they were actually cut short about. But I mean, you know, this is about accountability, and this is about, you know, them just trying to, you know, rewrite history. And you know, look, it's not your fault if you weren't there. Just say, be like, hey, I didn't do it. Something terrible happened in the past. Let's figure out how we can make something better in the future, better in the present. That's all they need to do. But they still making excuses for how the past actually played out.
It's because they understand that if you don't understand your past, you're bound to repeat it. So if they don't teach you, well, they ain't gonna teach you your history anyway, number one. So they don't want you to know what happened, and they don't want to be responsible for it. That's just what it is, period.
Yeah, it's like embarrassment.
Mhm.
It's embarrassment. You held people down for like over 400, 500 years, raped them, took somebody's wife out of bed, had sex with her all night, and then sent her back to the husband. Like it's embarrassing. Molesting kids, all kind of stuff was going on. They're embarrassed and they want to act like it didn't happen, but it did, and it needs to be taught. It should be taught in school. They teaching all kind of different history, talk about Columbus and Magellan, and you know what I'm saying? Talk about what you did too. Don't be trying to hide what you did. You know you did that.
So let me read this statement from NPR, or a quote from I don't know who to quote from, but Florida rejected the course because officials, including DeSantis, said it contributed to a political agenda. Education is about the pursuit of truth, not the imposition of ideology or the advancement of political agendas. And that's what DeSantis tweeted on Monday. And then real quick, after the state rejected the course, the College Board announced on Tuesday that it will be releasing a newly revised version of the course on February 1st, the first day of Black History Month. So they just went ahead and did what they're going to do and put what they wanted up there as what is considered Black History Month.
In other words, you can teach it if we approve it.
Just like that.
And so, the irony, he's talking about political agenda. Dude, what you're doing is the political agenda. You know,
the bread truck and put out there, DeSantis is a tactful version of Trump. Beware.
That was the point that I was making. He's way more dangerous because he's way more cognitive and functional. So, you know, I mean, he's their burgeoning superstar, and you know, he's a very dangerous dude. This is the dude that's saying that America is the one that taught everybody that slavery was wrong. I mean, he literally said this. He literally said that it was America that figured out that slavery was bad, and they were the first to do something about it over the whole world when slavery was, you know, going on everywhere. When in fact, they were the last.
That's the goddamn real.
So
okay, where we at on it? So yeah,
but I'm gonna say this. That's we need, like we need our own stuff. You know, we need to teach ourselves. We go back to that other point I was making. That's why Black schools, Black education, Black teachers, Black curriculum. I mean, you can go to their schools and you get whatever, but you make sure to supplement with the real, because you know you never was gonna get it for them anyway. So I mean, it is what it is.
Right. Let me read one more quote. This is from Ivory Tolson, Director of Educations and Innovations and Research for Civil Rights Groups. The move to censor topics like intersectionality, the movement for Black Lives Matters, and reparations is nothing more than assault on African American history and worldviews, effectively white-splaining topics that are integral to the development of American history, culture, and identity. And I looked that word up, intersectionality, and I'm getting the grasp of it because I wasn't sure what it meant or what it means, but it's a cross, right? Can you explain it, Mr. Nice Guy?
Well, as I understand it, it's just the fact that, look, you know, you have different paths. You have, like, let's say the Latino X, you know, you have the dark, you know, South American, you know, so what you're having is that there's people from one culture interacting with this other culture, and they're sort of like creating their own, diversity path. So that's the intersectionality of it. So,
Okay.
this, there's a lot of stories to be told, and they only want to tell their story.
And then when I was looking it up, as far as that word goes, it was saying like the advantages and disadvantages of, like, let's say being black. There's an advantage to being black. There's a disadvantage to being black in America. And I think that's like where the intersectionality crosses or something of that nature.
Because we'll share those dynamics with other races of, other minority races and marginalized people. So I get that.
All right, cool. So, be mindful, or just do like I did and homeschool your children. All right, we're moving on.
It's very important to do that. I mean, not necessarily just to homeschool, but to at least supplement, because again, you're never going to get it from them. They're always going to lie. They're always going to play whatever games they want. And like I said, it's all they got to do. Is you didn't do it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be ashamed of what somebody else did. You shouldn't be proud of it, but you're worse by making excuses for it and trying to sweep it under the rug. You're actually creating something now in the present that's ugly about the whole situation, when you basically were started off in a position of that's not you.
It's like that.
You experience some privilege behind it, but again, privilege is privilege. It's about what you do with it.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna move forward to our next topic, which is, I think, Mr. L Pool, cue up some Luke music. Our next topic, what they call it, making it rain. I didn't even catch that backdrop. Check out the backdrop. We talking about strip clubs activities. Is that cheating? Speak on it, Mr. Walt.
Strip club activities. This is a subject that's near and dear to me. Let me stop. Strip club activities. Is that cheating? So if your man going to the strip club and he getting his, tossing them dollars, is that cheating? Some women do look at that as cheating. I'm not a strip club dude, all like that. I haven't been to a strip club in probably like maybe 5 years or 7 years, but I don't consider it cheating. But I know a lot of women do look at that, because you might slap a little tail every now and then. That's all I got right
now. Okay. I mean, shit, for me, I ain't been to a strip club in 24 hours? I mean, I'm bullshit. But hey, I don't look at it as cheating, but it can be on the border. You can push the limit, and it can become disrespectful to a degree.
The champagne room is cheating.
The champagne room. Okay.
But yeah, no. I know we don't like that word. I mean, I love that word, but it depends what the other person is okay about. I mean, if my wife were to go out to some strip club and get all worked up and come back and bring all that activity and energy to me, they basically did my work for me. So, you know what I'm saying? As long as nothing is really going down there, it's kind of like it is what it is. So,
Wow.
Well, let's get specific. Go ahead, LP.
Okay, I can't say nothing about it. Okay, let me say this, man. I don't know if it's cheating because you might not be having sex, but I do know this much: if you pan and ain't getting nothing, you a stupid trick.
But
go ahead.
Is it a disrespect or along the line? If you are taking money, slipping it into somebody's panties, is that like, ain't that like, man, come on, that's doing too much. What you think?
I say it's a function play. Go ahead.
I don't think so. I don't think so, because you're not really getting the gratification. Is just pretty much having fun with your fellas and things of that nature. Well, that's how I would look at it, and that's how the times I went to the strip club, that's what it was to me. But I do know there is people who go, like we had a cousin who, I ain't gonna say his name, but he used to go to strip clubs like during his lunch break after work, and he really was going a lot. Like, I was like, what are you getting out of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
to me, he kind of was wasting money, in my opinion. And I'm sure his wife was probably like, God damn, like this is $100 a week you spending. That's a lot, even 100, and it's probably more than that. You know,
that's a bigger problem than cheating. Finances, throwing away, because that's impacting the family's, money. That's a big concern, and that's a great point that you make, Walt. Because I when I did go to the strip clubs, I mean, for the first 5 minutes or so, you're like looking at like, wow. But I mean, really, it's about the interaction with your fellas. You know what I'm saying? It after a while that it just kind of blurs. You know what I'm saying? Who's up there doing whatever? It's just you guys cutting up. So I mean, it's really not even about that, but that's kind of a jacked up industry. What really turned me off about those type of things is I don't like the way that some guys would treat those females just because they're throwing money at them. Still human beings.
Yeah, I think
No, I've seen some dudes like really like go extra and like really like talk to them like just it's just like people going to McDonald's and feel like you can talk shit to somebody just because they're behind the counter. That's still a person.
Well, the reason why is because they wouldn't be so nice to you if you wasn't paying them. So
thank you.
Talk to them in your kind of way. That's why you get what you pay for. I keep telling you.
It's still a human being. You still have some type of.
She's sticking her ass in my face.
No, your girl. Your girl. You don't disrespect her when she do that.
No, but that's your girl. That's your girl. But she ain't getting paid by any man that comes through, any random man. That's $1. That's
how much money you spend on her.
Hold on, bro. Your woman is your woman. These women are whores.
Oh,
right. You see a whore. Wait, hold on.
Hold
on. Wait. I agree with you.
NWA did that to you, man.
Hey, hold on. Let me say this. I totally agree with Infamous El Poo, what he just said. It's like you seeing a female out there sell her body. What you supposed to say? You shouldn't be doing that. You're a great woman. You're a queen. You ain't no queen. You're a troller. No, it ain't. We gotta draw the. Listen, brother. Let me finish. We gotta draw the line on who is a queen and who the hell ain't. Not everybody a queen, my brother.
But listen, we talking about legitimate strip club activities, right? We ain't talking about no raunchy, going back having sex type stuff. This is some people consider pole dancing and strip dancing an art, and it is a skill. I know, like, for example, when I went to the Usher concert, he brought out some famous, I didn't know who she was, but people was like clapping, and she did that pole tricks and stuff. It was amazing to watch. So some people look at it like the art. You can't just sit up here and call them whores just because they stripping and shaking their behind. I know some people may not agree with it, but I wouldn't go as far as to call them whores.
Hold on. Let me justify my reasoning for calling them a whore. If you got $1, you can do whatever, whatever's required, whatever she requires for that $1. And if any other man, she don't discriminate.
No, so you saying do whatever required. There's limits to what they do. They perform for you. Just like a man on the corner playing an instrument.
Prostitutes have limits too. They tell you, look, nigga, you want to do this? It's $50. If you want to do this, you want a combination, they give you a price.
So don't
you want something
sexualize the
hey, what I'm saying, if you want something extra that I ain't into, you gotta talk to my pimp.
The thing about it is that always got me about prostitution is that people like look down on the prostitutes. Y'all both having sex, but you the one paying. I mean, to me, you don't seem like a whole lot better than them because the fact of the matter is they're walking away with something from this. You gave up something for this.
If you're dating,
she
you're
might
paying
give you
for sex.
Too, nigga. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
After fashion.
If you're dating, if you're out here dating, you're actually paying for sex because you know what you want that end result to be. You ask a chick out on a date. You know that you want to have sex with her. I'm not asking her on a date because I want to probe her mind. No, I want to.
Now I think y'all being real disrespectful now. These women, when I was in Okinawa, Japan, I seen a woman smoke a cigarette from her thing. She made her thing smoke a cigarette. That's the art. That's a skill. One put a banana in there and the best way I can say she pooped it out into pieces. The banana. That's a skill. That takes skill to do that type of shit.
But
how much you charge for that happy ending?
Woman. It's still a woman. To me, a woman is still a woman. You know, there's levels to whatever, but I'm saying that human beings should still always be treated with respect. You can get what you pay for, and you don't pay for treating them like they're subhuman.
Okay, so if you're in a strip club, I guess that's how you're supposed to give her the money. Excuse me.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about disrespect. Like when you say,
you dance
when you
for me,
like,
please?
No.
Can you
Disrespect.
please dance for me?
An example of disrespect would be like, "Hey, bitch, come over here." That would be an example of
disrespect.
Yeah. No,
they want that.
Okay. That's not okay. That's not okay.
Where that music?
There's a protocol. You're muted, El Poo. There's a protocol for strip clubs and things like that. It ain't just so, do this, B, or you whore, and all that disrespectful talk. It's a protocol. It has to be respected, and you have to be respectful to the strippers. It's a skill.
Would you like $2? Put that ass.
Hey, are you muted on purpose, El Poo? Oh, okay.
Yep. That's what it is. So strip club activities, my conclusion, it is not cheating.
Okay, well, I got one more thing to say about it, right?
Jeez, man. Jeez, man. That's some cold brothers, man.
If your man hitting that strip club too much, he might need to go get some therapy or something. He's something missing out. Maybe he do want a hug. Like, can you just give me a hug for these dollars?
No, that definitely ain't healthy. It definitely ain't healthy, and I'm sure it costs a whole lot of money.
Yeah, and inflation today, man. That money could go on some eggs or something. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But look at this. These strippers, they making like, some of them make like up to $5,000, $7,000 a night. Out Magic City, in Miami, in South Beach. We going to South Beach coming soon. Next July. South Beach is going down. But anyway, yeah, they making a lot of money. So if they're making that much money, I could call her a hoe.
It's a legitimate. No, it's a legitimate job.
Wait, hold on. Bitch, shake that ass for your boy. Where that music, El Poo? Bitch, shake that ass for your boy.
Hey, so if your white boss pays you a certain amount, he can call you a nigga. If your white boss pays you enough money, he can call you a nigga.
He call me whatever he want, but what's gonna happen afterwards?
Exactly.
Yeah, he can call me. Yeah, he can call me a nigga.
You gonna be okay with it? You gonna just take your money and be like, "Yes, sir. I got some money."
I don't work out every day just to say it. I stay in shape to fuck niggas up, my nigga.
That was my point. It's disrespectful. That's why it's disrespectful. It's not an issue of whether you paying somebody enough. There's still limitations, In the clubs, they don't necessarily let you go touching all the stuff. It's a lot of times they might have a big dude. They'd be like, hey, no touching. So I mean, you still gotta respect.
Man. All
Whatever.
Right. So are we done with this topic? And we got like 8 minutes left, or 7 minutes. Let's y'all want to deal with the Aretha Franklin thing in these 8 minutes, or save that for next week?
I'll bring it up because we'll just touch on it and just move on from it.
All right.
We know that other community out there, was really going after the song "Natural Woman" by Aretha Franklin. They want to have it basically banned. They wanted to take it off the streaming services, and they just want to do away with this song because it refers to a natural woman, and they feel like this is like a slight against them.
And just for the record, this song was released in 1967.
Exactly. So, my response to that is, first, they should probably look up what the definition of a natural woman is. And if you are an artificial woman by definition, that don't make you less. That doesn't make, be what you're going to be. But you got to understand there's differences. This is this and that is that. That's just a reality. So, quit trying to homogenize and make it all the same thing. It's just not. You know, some people will rock with it, some people won't, and you guys should respect the fact that, you know, that people are diverse on that front.
I would agree with this if it was some AI woman saying it.
Wow. So they say leading the charge on this song is the Norway-based Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance. That's the name of the organization. The group started this year and made a series of polarizing posts, but they said that they backtracked on that and said it was just satire when they said this. So people think that that's just a way to backtrack, that they really meant it, but now they just try to say, oh, we was just playing.
Well, they need to go sit their asses down somewhere. That's what they need to do.
Hey, you know what? I guess that's good promotion. Well, then the mission accomplished. They understood that was absolutely ridiculous.
They just want to bring some attention to themselves, in other words, right?
So shout out to Aretha Franklin, one of our greatest R&B singers.
Yeah, the queen.
The
queen of soul.
But
that's right.
But that's what's going on as well. Am I on here?
Yep.
That's what's going on a lot in society right now. Like they got this new guy. His name is Justin David Sullivan. He will not be considered. He's considered for a Tony Award for a play he's doing called Juliet, but he refused to accept it because he doesn't want to be identified as a man getting that award, or because he's playing a non-binary person in the play, and in real life he's non-binary, whatever, you know, I know what I mean, but whatever they consider themselves down there, that's what he don't want to. I don't know. I think he chopped it off or not, something like that. But anyway, that's what he's doing, and that's what's going on in society.
Not non-binary.
I'm
that
sorry,
just means
I'm trying to talk.
Non-binary. That just means he binded up down there.
Hey, Janelle Monáe or whatever homegirl's name is, you know, she identifies as non-binary. I mean, you know,
Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, if you want to call yourself whatever, I'm generally just gonna call you whatever you want to call. It's just a respect thing. But just because I call you that, you know, that doesn't mean I necessarily believe what you believe. So we got to understand that we got to have some tolerance where we be respectful with one another, but we don't got to just accept your reality. You know, your reality is your reality.
Damn, Janelle Monáe, she cute as hell too. She had a cool little movie. Yeah, you saw that movie where she was like on that little slave little thing. I forgot the name of it. It was like a plantation.
Antebellum.
That was, she can act too. I like her.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Oh, she was great in the Knives Out sequel, you know.
Yep, that was hella good. Yeah.
She's in.
That wasn't disrespectful.
And she's in that new Netflix movie with Dave Bautista. It's a bunch of actors in there. But
that's the movie we're talking about.
Knives Out.
Which one? What's it called?
The Knives Out sequel.
What's it called? The glass onion or something?
Onion.
Yeah, the glass onion.
And the onion ain't what you think it is.
Yeah,
but it is.
Yeah, she fine as hell. Yeah, she wouldn't need toilet paper around me.
Oh boy.
God damn.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. All right, so we at the end of the show. We thank y'all for watching the show and participating. We look forward to seeing y'all again. Check out our daily show, the Focuz Daily, Monday through Friday, Friday night lives on Friday. And be sure to watch our interviews. We got a few more interviews coming up on our show called Focus In. And we're going to have some other shows in the work. Eventually, Mr. Walk and El Poo, them going to be like, you know what, we got to do this and put something together for us so we could keep y'all entertained while giving y'all good information.
We working. Like, subscribe, and notify. Hit the notification. That notification is very important as well.
Yeah, and press that share button too, if you can.
And visit our website also, focusupshow.com.
And let me take off my beats, not beats, B-E-E-T. These beats from the 5 and below stuff. This shit has hurt my ears.
All right, peace. We out.